So hopefully my coworkers stop chatting with me for a little bit, just until I can get this Just Pickups video done. Oof, what a pain. Oh, hey everybody. Welcome to a new Just Pickups episode. This is Mark the Game Shark here. And, yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get through. I've been putting off this video for quite a while, mainly because a bunch of stuff has been coming in the mail. And I still have a lot of stuff in the mail, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna cut it here and just do the video. Whatever comes in the future will be in another video. It's not like this is my last Just Pickups video, so it's so yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So we have a ton of stuff here, a lot of interesting stories. So let's start off with this. As you guys know, I've got this for Christmas this past year, and as you can see, right there, I got another one. So unfortunately, the one Dan got me for Christmas was defective. So I was like, well, let me reach out to My Arcade. Now, this company is fucking awesome. I'm gonna tell you why. So I was like, well, let me reach out to them. So I told him, I'm like, hey, I got a Atari Pocket Player Pro that is defective, and I showed him like images, the pictures and videos that I took of it acting up. I was like, how do I go about replacing it? I got it for Christmas, so I don't have a receipt. They're like, oh, well, you need a receipt. It has to be within X amount of days. I think their return policy or warranty was really generous. I think it was like 6 months or something. So I contacted my buddy Dan, and he gave me the Amazon receipt. Unfortunately, he bought it the year prior, so it was over a year old, the receipt. So I'm like, crap. So I gave it to him, and I was like, here's the receipt my friend sent me. I was like, I got it for Christmas. And I didn't hear back from anything. Lo and behold, I got a package in the mail. I got this Pocket Player Pro box, which I'm going to keep the box. It's kind of cool having the original shipping box. As you know, I like to collect shipping boxes. I have a bunch over here. I gotta still throw in the crawl space. But anyway, they sent me a brand new one without even saying, hey, we're gonna ship you a new one. It just randomly appeared one day. I didn't order or anything, because I thought like I wasn't gonna be able to get a new one because of how old the receipt was. But they sent me a new one, and then I opened it, tested it, works flawlessly. So that's the one back here. This is the one that Dan got me for Christmas this past year. So I was like, well, let me see something. I wonder if Dan's will actually work. Let's make sure it's still broken. I fire this one up. It works. I'm like, what the fuck? How's it still work? How's it work now? So now I have two of these. I don't know what the hell to do with it. So yeah, I got the. It's cool to have the. It's cool to have the packaging, the box with it. But yeah, so now I have an extra one. So, like of all things, it decides to finally work. And it's not like I like played it once and it broke. I was like, okay, it's done. I like gave it a bunch of. I tried it all week, and it kept showing me garbled graphics, and it kept freezing up. It wasn't doing anything to show that it was gonna eventually work. So now this works, and now I have two of them. The only downfall with these units, though, is the game library. I mean, it's very lackluster, I feel, but I guess that's why they ended up coming out with that tablet one. That's like over $100. I think it better have, for the price, it better have better library of games than this one does. So yeah, so now I have two of them. I might send that to my buddy Jay, which we'll get into here actually. So speaking of my buddy Jason Rotbergs, he sent me a bunch of movies. There's a bunch of movies I'm not gonna show. Like he bought me a bunch of VHSs, and there's some movies that he sent me that I already had, and then there's other movies that were just scratch the shit. And I was like, it's not even worth keeping, so I got rid of them. But this is the stack of movies that he sent me. So thanks again, Jason, for sending me this. He didn't have to, but awesome, and have more movies to watch. So without further ado, let's get into this real quick. So we got Beverly Hills Ninja. I've never seen this movie. I heard great things about it, but never seen it. So we got that. Put this over here. We got Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. I've seen this in the movies. This was a pretty decent movie, from what I remember. We got Jack. This is a classic. Robin Williams, Jack. We got Jack Black and Nacho Libre. And then you got some manuals, Raiders of the Lost Ark, volleyball, and Real Sports Soccer. They were like sandwiched in the middle there, randomly. So there's that. We got Ghostbusters 2, which I think I've seen this once. I'll have to check it out again. Oh, there you go. And then this one I have. This is one of my favorite movies, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But this is the widescreen version, which I thought mine was the widescreen, but it was actually the full screen. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep the widescreen one. I mean, I would get rid of my full screen, but I'm a hoarder, so I'm just gonna keep mine as well. Then we got David Spade and Joe Dirt. This is an underrated gem. I remember I have this on, I think the PSP movie. It was a pretty decent flick. We got The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. I got, speaking of Jack Nicholson, About Schmidt, which I have no idea what this movie's about, but I'll take a look at it. This is a classic, Wedding Crashers. I can't believe some of these movies, I'm like, how the hell do I not own this? I've seen this like a gazillion times. And it's so good, and I never was like, oh, let me go out and buy it. This I'm super excited for. American Pie. As you know, when Jimbo sent me his movies, I think he had every single American Pie except for the original. So now I have the whole set, which is pretty badass. Then we got Starsky and Hutch. It's a little beat up, but you know, the disc is fine. Then we got just regular Fantastic Four, which I don't know why I didn't have that with the other one, but here you go. So thanks again, Jason, for that. And what's next? Oh, so we have so as you know, I've completed my Game Gear set. So I have the complete US library, and I decided I'll go for another set. So we have yet another complete. Now I don't know if this counts as a complete set, but we got the rest of the Game Tank games. There's only 4 of them you can buy on the store, and these are the only 2 I was missing: the Arcade Multi-Pack 1 and Accursed Fiend. Or Find? Yeah, Fiend. So there you go. So now I have a full Game Tank library. Now they do have a bunch of games on there that you can play on the web, on their site, and you can actually download them and you can put them on a cartridge. So what I plan to do is I plan to buy the circuit board where you can program games onto it, which I wanted to do because I wanted to see if my daughter and I could probably make a 8-bit game together. But also I could take like any of their games, throw it on there, and play it on the console. So I might do that like later on down the road. But yeah, so there's that, another complete library. I know, 4 games, whoop-de-doo. and then speaking of completing stuff, we got a subset complete, which is the Super FX games on the Super Nintendo. These are the only 2 I was missing. We got Dirt Tracks FX, and we got Vortex. So now I have all the Super FX games on the Super Nintendo. So I've been wanting to do that because ever since the Star Fox came out, I was like mesmerized at like what graphics they could accomplish on the Super Nintendo. Now Vortex, I mean, I beat Stunt Race FX. That's a fun game. But this game, Vortex, is so fucking frustrating. It's like one of those games where you get to the end and you die, and you gotta go all the way back to the beginning of the level. Like, there's like a midway point too between the level. Why doesn't it take you back to the fucking midpoint? So I was like, you know what? That game can fucking eat a dick. So, what else should we go through? Oh yeah, so I had my friend always gives me a gift card for my birthday for Next Level, and I haven't used them because I was like, well, there's nothing I really need to get at Next. And I was like, you know what? Let me use them. I end up having 2 of them, so I just bought a bunch of games I wanted to add to the collection. So we got Bram Stoker's Dracula on the Super Nintendo, and we got Stanley Cup. This game is so amazing for what they did with the graphics. At the time, I was blown away when I first played this game. My cousin used to have this game, and we played the hell out of it. So super stoked to have that in the collection. And I actually, here's another subset. Game Genie. I finally now own all the Game Genies now. We got Game Genie for the OG Game Boy, and it has the little the password booklet too. So that's pretty cool. So now I got that, and I also picked up Mighty Bomb Jack, which I remember, I forget, one YouTuber did a whole Let's Play of it, and I watched it way back in the day, and it looked pretty easy, but I was testing it out and playing, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, I don't know, maybe I have to watch like another Let's Play to figure it out, or maybe hunt down the manual or something. Hey, I got all that stuff. Then my girlfriend ended up surprising me this for our 3rd anniversary, and we got Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo. Now I'm currently playing this right now. This game, I think this is my favorite Metroid game in the series thus far. So this is really fun. I played this on my Super NT the one night, and I lost my fucking save. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I was still in the beginning of the game. So I took it apart, and it looked like whoever had this, I guess a game store had this previously, they already had a new battery in there. But it looked like the solder they used was old. So I just reflowed the solder, and it's been fine. I mean, it's been fine ever since. I haven't put this in Super NT though. I just been using this in the original Super Nintendo, and the saves are still there, so that's good. So there's nothing wrong with that. And then a while back, actually I think last month or 2 months ago, we were cleaning out a lab at work, just getting rid of junk because we're converting into a storage area. And I found this, and I was like, oh, I'll take this. It's just a clamshell case, and I was like, this would be perfect for the Super Pocket. So I think that I know I'm missing the Atari Super Pocket, so I was like, this would be perfect for whenever I finally get the Atari Super Pocket. I can use this clamshell case, and has room for 2 games, which would fit 2 EverK games, and these 3 slots for the power brick, the power cord, and headphones. And I could fit the unit in there. It's this is perfect. So for $3.99, can't beat that. A free Super Pocket case. So we got that. And then, speaking of awesome companies, just like my arcade, we have this one here. So I saw online that this game is going to be super rare just because ESRB gave it a teen rating, but they decided to change it to M rating, and they have to get rid of all the teen copies. And then I mean, it's a brand new limited run-esque type company, so they don't have the money to reprint them, so they're just getting rid of their whatever they had printed. So this is Fresh Brewed Games, and the game in question is Speed Llama. As you can see, it's teen. So for both PS5 and PS4. And what makes them awesome is, so I bought the PS4 copy because they said, oh, the PS4, original PS4 copy is what you need to look after. So then I bought that, and then looking at it again, they said, oh, the PS5 also has the teen rating. I'm like, shit. So I went and made another order for the PS5 version. So I just randomly contacted them like, hey, would you be able to combine shipping? I didn't realize till later I wanted both copies, or both versions rather. Like, yeah, sure. So next couple of days they refunded me. So for combined shipping, so they saved me an extra $10. So thanks, Fresh Food Games. So this might be a heavy hitter in the near future, probably along the lines of that Poop Slinger game. And I don't even remember an instance where they had to change the ESRB rating for any game. So it's kind of like a history. I mean, everything of history, you know? So super excited to add that to the collection. And then moving on to Evercade, we got the first two games for 2026. We got Taito Arcade 3, and we got the Terrakin Collection. Now, I usually order my Evercade stuff from Songbird, but this time around, they actually had, like, I think the Taito Arcade was sold out, but the Terrakin one wasn't. I'm like, shit, I'm like, now I can't order it. So I went to VGP, and they had them. So I was like, shit, I'll order them from there. But as you guys know, I like to collect the US ones where there's no Peggy logo in the corner. And I asked Papa Pete, shout out to Papa Pete, by the way, if, because he always orders from VGP. I'm like, do you know if they have the Peggy logo? He was like, oh, I wasn't sure. He's like, oh, I can't tell you right now. I'm not home. He's like, just look at one of my old videos. So I looked at one of his older videos, and sure enough, VGP doesn't have the Peggy logo. So I'm like, great. And not only that, but both of these are $10 cheaper than what I would have spent on Songbird Productions. So, and they gave me a cute sticker for Valentine's Day. So that's pretty cute. So yeah, I think from now on I'm gonna order my Evercade stuff from VGP. And the shipping, like, because I think they have a warehouse in the States. I think like in upstate New York, so there's no delay in receiving the items anyway. So yeah, hell yeah, to save money, why not? So there's that. I still have to order the other two, which I'll probably do maybe later on this week. Alright, so what's next? Oh, here we go. So I went to Next and I ordered actually, not before I do get into that, we have some PS5 games that I don't think anyone talks about. We got Grey Hill Incident. These are like some survival horror-esque games, which apparently they're like in the middle of an alien abduction. So that looks interesting. And then we got Puppet House. So this one looks interesting too. And my buddy Pete mentioned about Puppet House. He said it was, I guess, pretty rare over the pond, but I was able to find it on Amazon, no problem. So I was like, oh, it looked like an interesting game. I'll pick it up. So we got those two. And then we got some more limited run that came in. We got Bubsy, the Perfect Collection, and we got this Dungeons & Dragons Neverwinter Nights 2, which I think this, wasn't this an OG Xbox game? I think I have it. I have no idea where it would be. Oh shit, probably down there. I'm not going to look for it now, but yeah. So two more added to the set. And then we got some movies. We got the next In Search of Darkness. I really need to start watching these. The only thing that's like, I mean, it's kind of like, with this series, it's like, this is so long. like I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I like halfway in, you're like, I need to fucking like go into a coma or some shit. So it's In Search of Darkness, 1995 to 1999. And the only thing that sucks, it kind of got damaged, I guess, from the. I don't know if you can see that. There's like a little crease going there. Oh yeah, you can sort of see it from the reflection of the ceiling fan. But yeah, so I mean, Creative EC makes excellent documentaries, but I think they're just way longer than they need to be. I mean, I watched 2 of them so far, but I have basically the whole set now. So yeah, we got that one. It was one of these days I'll find time. Next up, we got The Conjuring 4: Last Rites. This was an excellent movie. I think this is the last one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is the final one. It seems like a lot of people didn't like this movie. I personally enjoyed it. So, super excited to have that to the collection. And then next up, we got The Shining on Blu-ray. I used to have this, finally, because I had this on DVD. And I purged. This was one of the movies I ended up purging when I did my DVD purge way back in the day. And mainly I purged it because I was planning on getting the Blu-ray version and never did, but here we are. And it took me a gazillion years to finally pick it up. So yeah, so then going back to next, so I stopped by there again and picked out a bunch of games we got. Now I know I said I finished the Game Gear set, but I was like, if there's some exclusives that I don't have, I might pick them up, which is pretty few. And this one being the one I was interested in picking up, and that's Mappy, which I'm surprised they never released this in the States. I think this is a pretty solid port of Mappy from what I remember. That's the main reason I picked it up. And then I finally got Super Smash Bros. On the N64. I can't believe I don't have this in the collection. It's like, how the fuck do you not have Super Smash Bros. On your N64 collection? Like, that's like a staple, right? So, I had to find out what other games I need and pick them up along the way. So next up, I went into another rabbit hole, and that is the Chromatic. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so I started collecting for the Chromatic. I don't know, mainly out of curiosity. Because I think like whenever the M64 comes out, I'll be like one of the first people to be able to purchase one. Which I do plan on picking up, even though I do have the analog 3D. But just another unit that uses HDMI, and it looks pretty cool. It's like different. So I picked up I picked up a 4-pack, my first 4-pack. So I was like, let me go with 2 classics and like 2. I didn't realize they had Chromatic only games, which is kind of interesting. It's like, I guess these were games that were like 90% done, and I guess developers finished them and just released them, from what I remember. And then there's like 8 of them that have been re-released that were on the Game Boy Color back in the day. They just re-released it. So the 2 that were re-released was Rayman, and I really like the cases. Like, I think that's really like, it's like, I feel like it's like exciting. When I first started collecting for Evercade, I was like, oh, look how cute the case is. Like, that's so badass. And it comes with a manual and a charm. So that's pretty charming right there. And then the next one we got is Croc. And that also is charming. It comes with a charm. And the regular games come with charms as well. So, these 2 I got Traumatarium Penitent. And we got Tales of Monsterland DX. So that was my first order from them. And I was like, and then I became addicted. So I did another order. So I was trying to do the second order, but it wasn't going through. Like, I couldn't select what games I wanted. So I let them know about it, and then they go like, okay, we'll get someone to fix it. And sure enough, they fixed it. So I ordered my next set, and I'm glad mainly because this one game has been sold out, I think, since October. And they finally got an email saying it's back in stock. And that's Dragon Hymn, or whatever you pronounce that. So super excited to have that in the collection. And then we got Baby T-Rex, one of the classics. And then we got Toki Tori, another classic game. And then this one unfortunately got damaged. It's Patchy Matchy Puzzle Surfing. So, funny thing with this, so the guy that was delivering this to my house, he basically softball pitch my fucking box onto my doorstep. He just took it and went foop. I was like, what the fuck? And I got it on the Ring camera and I told the carrier, I'm like, look what this motherfucker did. So they're like, oh, we're sorry about that. So they're gonna talk to the guy, and I gave him the Ring camera video, so who knows what's gonna happen with that. But this box is damaged. It's all crushed here, and crushed at the top. So I contacted ModRetro and like, hey, one of the boxes got crushed. Can I exchange it for a new one? They're like, well, open it up, make sure the game works. So I open up, the game is perfect and it has the charm in the back, and this is fine. But I told them the box and the manual was a little crushed. So like, no problem, like, we'll send you out a new one. So I got an email yesterday that they shipped it out. So that was good on them. So I don't think the guy that threw the box at my door damages, because when I got the box, there was no damage to the box. I think the idiot that put the game into my box picked up a damaged box and just put it in there. But either way, I mean, I would have let it slide, but I think when I got my first order, the guy did the same shit, and it was the same carrier. So I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna let them know about it. So, I mean, I'm not a snitch, but you know, if you fucking throw my shit more than once, you can go fuck yourself. So, that's awesome of ModRetro to make it right. So they're gonna send me a new box and manual for this. That way it'll be looking nice and crispy like all the rest of them. So there you go. So now I have that, and now I'm starting to collect for that now. I'll probably go for the whole set. There's not that many games. There's only I think only 22 so far. And I've heard that when the M64 comes out, they're going to do the same thing that they did with the Chromatic, is they're going to make their own games for the N64. So that's badass. Definitely look forward to that. Oh, so since I finished my Game Gear set, I was like, well, what should I try to complete now? And I was like, you know what, maybe Jaguar CD. So now I am on a quest this year to get the complete Jaguar library. There's only 13 games. Well, 14 if you count the Mist demo, which is really weird, but we'll get into that in a minute. So when I was at Nick's, the second time, I picked up Hover Strike on the Jaguar CD. It's the only Jaguar CD game that I had that I didn't have in the collection, so I picked that up, and this started the whole process. And now I have a ton of Jaguar stuff to go through. So next up we got the Mist demo. Apparently this was a pack-in for the console, or maybe a certain consoles got this in there when you bought it. I find it weird that they, out of all the demos they could have done, they went with Mist. Like, how crazy is that? Like, what do? You can only go, navigate the island. And the guy I ordered from, he sent me a little postcard, and he sent me a note. It says, thank you, good luck dealing with the brothers. I mean, good luck with the dueling, yeah, good luck dealing with the dueling brothers, which into the demo I probably won't have to. So there's that. And next up we got some more Wave 1 games for the Atari Jaguar CD. We got Ants. So they're not in your pants anymore, they're on the Jaguar CD. And then we got Saucer Wars. Now, I don't know if I'm going to collect all the Wave 1 games. Now, these aren't official games for the Jaguar. I get it. But they're still fun to play. I have that Food 64 game. So I might go with the... I think there's only 3 I'm missing. The Food 64, they end up making a holiday version of it. And then there's a frog game I need. And then there's a holiday frog game. So they're the 3 games I'm missing for the whole set. So... super stoked to have these 2 for the time being. Next up we got Songbird, some Jaguar CD games from Songbird. Now, this is weird. So when I looked in Game Eye, this one game is actually on it saying it's an official release, which I guess it is, and that's World Tour Racing. I guess because it's from Telegames. I don't know if you can see that. It's from Telegames. So yes, this is like the fucking Temu version of virtual racing, I guess. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I'll definitely check it out. So we got that. But this game, these 2 games aren't on the list as an official game. And that's Frog Feast. It's basically like, was it that Frog Bog or whatever that game is on Atari where you jump. The frog jumping from one lily pad to the other, eating the flies. And then we got Robinson's Requiem. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what the hell this game even is. Survival Adventure Simulation. I don't know. Looks interesting. Especially from the cover, like how badass is that cover? So hopefully the game's just as badass. And then lastly we got a brand... Now this is an official game. We got Baldi's. Brand new. Sealed. It's like some new old stock. I was like... So this game's silly. So if you're looking for like a used copy of this online, don't even bother. Just buy it new. It's like $5 or more for between used and new. So I was like, well, fuck, might as well get it new. So yeah, so super excited to have Baldi's in the collection. I think I need 6 or 7 official games left in the collection after all of that. So just chugging right along with the Jaguar CD set. I have to rearrange the shelf back there. I started to, but I need to do a little more rearranging. So that's it. That's all the pickups I have this time around. Yeah, till next time, this is Mark the Game Shark signing out. Have a good day. Right, hopefully no one messages me. I've been sitting here for a half hour messaging my coworkers, so hopefully they stay quiet until I get done this pickup video. Oh, hey everybody, this is Mark the Game Shark here with another, it's not game pickups anymore. Just pickups. Fuck, I had to do that over. Son of a bitch. Alright, so hopefully my coworkers don't answer me, or answer me? Question me. They're not answering. I didn't ask the question. Fucking answer.